So Dead Rising as a series is known for the amount of wacky outfits and fun outfit combos you could have and dress your character with in the game. But did you know, like many other games with customizable features in, that Dead Rising 2 actually has some scrapped outfits? While browsing Dead Rising 2 and K0's clothing database files, you can find lines referencing sounds for clothing that are no longer in the game. So we will be taking a look at these removed outfits and any leftover animations tied to them. So sit back, relax.
And one will make you dinner.
So since I compiled a list of all the removed clothing lines, we'll go through them one by one. The first one that bounces straight to your face would be the Proto Man and Mega Man clothing listings. While we know the Proto Man outfit made its debut into Off the Record, it would appear it was originally planned as an unlockable for Dead Rising 2 originally. In the game's files we can find leftovers of the Proto Blaster, and also we can find its sound effects, animations for when it was shot, and its weapon icon. Animations look odd without the weapon honestly, but it shows that the outfit and its weapon were more or less near completion and usable. Why this was scrapped is a mystery, but if I had to take a guess, it would most likely be because the Arthur Knight armour was an idea put forward and one that was liked a lot. It allowed DR2 to change it up and be the one game that didn't feature a Mega Man character outfit. But as mentioned, we all know the Proto Man outfit appeared in Off the Record, and with this the animations and sounds got reused and changed a bit. The weapon design had a change, and had a nice shield included with it as well. So luckily the outfit idea survived. But then that brings us to our next removed outfit, a Mega Man X costume. Mega Man X, as you know, was the more silver Mega Man, and not the iconic blue one many of us know, and was an unlockable in Dead Rising. However, Dead Rising 3 eventually featured a Mega Man X outfit for beating the game, so the idea wasn't completely forgotten to have it as an outfit. It just appeared in a different game. Though according to a source of mine that played some beta builds of Dead Rising 2 and saw some of the concept art, they say that the Dead Rising 2 Mega Man X outfit was designed to be more like a bad cosplay version, so this could mean it wasn't as shiny or possibly not as sleek looking as Dead Rising 3's version was. Still a shame they removed these outfits, as they would have fitted into Dead Rising 2's wackiness and Katie's Mega Man obsession as well.
See, that wasn't so bad, Dad.
You sure are Daddy's girl.
Look, Dad, I got a new power in Mega Man.
Now next we move on to another set of outfits that are from another well-known Capcom franchise, Street Fighter. Here we can see a Ken and Ryu outfit were originally planned for Dead Rising 2 as well. While they have no weapons or weapon icons attached to them, a good few animations remain. These being a Ken taunt emote which references one of Ken's taunts from the Street Fighter games, as well as some of his promotional art as well. This was most likely used for when you put on Ken's outfit, as it would make a lot of sense. And another set of animations are pretty much fighting moves. These include the Hadouken, Shoryuken, and the Hurricane Kick. As you can see from the footage on screen, these moves are fully finished and can be used via modding, though the effects during these moves weren't there originally, as they were modded in to make them look a lot better. It could be possible that these two outfits were originally planned as game unlocks or possible DLC outfits like the Ninja or Psycho outfit before they were dropped for whatever reason. So far, I feel that the choices for most of the outfits that were dropped were not great choices altogether, as I would have preferred the Street Fighter outfits over the 4 DLC outfits that we got, or over the superhero outfit we can find within the game as well. Once again, these are two outfit concepts along with the Mega Man X outfit that later appeared in Dead Rising 3, Ken appearing as a DLC outfit later, and the Mega Man X outfit being an unlockable. But the Ryu outfit featured only in the Xbox One exclusive Super Dead Rising 3 Arcade Mode DLC. The next outfit lines are rather interesting as they reference a Billy Bob outfit. Billy Bob, which some of you may not know, is actually a character from a Capcom game that was originally for the NES called Gun.Smoke, and you played as a character called, well, Billy Bob. While this outfit would have been cool and referencing one of Capcom's more less known and obscure titles, I think the fact that it was less known is what made it get scrapped in the first place. That and the fact that Dead Rising 2 already featured 2 Cowboy inspired outfits. Kind of a shame, but unfortunately it happens. Now we move on to looking at outfits that we don't know a whole lot about from K0 and Dead Rising 2's clothingdatabase.csv files, and don't have any animations or concept art from our source to back them up. All we have is literally the code lines, so let's jump in and see if we can guess what these were going to be like. First up we got 4 outfit lines: chest trench coat, leg wrestler's getup, chest panda, and a full set of outfit lines making up a proxy outfit. Trench coat is a basic one, as we know the general look of what one looks like, so guessing how this would look in Dead Rising 2. Maybe a more brown clothes version of the lab assistant's lab coat, since they may have done this as a quick reskin to get it in the game, but they probably gave up on it as it probably didn't look good or work well with the rigging. Next is the leg wrestler's getup line. Since this is the only line to mention a wrestler's outfit, it could have possibly been something similar to the wrestler's outfit used in Dead Rising 3, or may have been a wrestler's outfit similar to what was eventually featured for Frank in Dead Rising 2 off the record, so this possibly could have been an idea that was carried over. Then from these 4 lines, we now go on to the chest panda outfit line. This I suspect was pretty much a full-on panda costume at some point. Probably an outfit featured in the Yucatan casino area, as this is the only place I could imagine it fitting in well with the setting. To what it could have looked like, I imagine it possibly could have been a reused bear mask from Dead Rising 1 that was reskinned to be a panda outfit, and be a full suit, sort of like what was used in Bully Scholarship Edition. Finally, the last set of outfit lines reference a proxy outfit. Since no Capcom game I've researched contains a character called Proxy in the time frame Dead Rising 2 was made, I can only assume that this was a test outfit for, well, testing something within the game's environment. Possibly to test how the blood splatter would work on clothing, and how it would dry up and how it handled it, pretty much. This isn't uncommon for games to have some form of test model to experiment in the test maps too as well. So that's all the outfit lines covered. Sadly, without any artwork or words from devs at the time, we can't really see what most of these other outfits would have looked like, so it's only mostly guesswork. The only one we know of is possibly concept artwork for the Mega Man X outfit, which was mentioned earlier. So guys, thanks for sticking around for this vid, and thanks a lot for watching it. I had a lot of fun doing this vid, and it was fun to discuss the scrapped outfit ideas and do the research on it as well. Once again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one, guys.